wanted to bring it up. Chelsea Green living out her WWE dream. I couldn't agree more from what I've seen on screen and what she said about it. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about it because I feel like Chelsea has a lot of fans. Obviously because she's so entertaining that you can't help but want to see what she's going to do next. But there's a lot of people who also kind of criticize her, some in a good way. You know, there are people who are like, okay, she could be doing so much more. She's so much better than what we're seeing. And then of course there's the people who say she sucks and she can't do this and that and whatever. And those are just people who don't know her beyond what they're seeing right now. So obviously we don't care about what they have to say. But as great and well, good intentioned people are with their concerns, Chelsea is loving what she's doing right now, and that's why I wanted to highlight it. So she said, I feel like this is everything I wanted the first go around. You know, when they say everything happens for a reason, I truly am like, oh, I'm living this. There was a reason that I got released, and then I went out there and explored every avenue of the indies, and I came back. I'm doing exactly what I want right now because look at it. You give someone the freedom and the platform to express themselves properly, like I've been given right now, and success. So I think like you couldn't hear anything better from her, because sometimes it is just one of those things. Like if you want to talk about Samantha Irvin, right? Like the most recent example of like everybody, well, 90% of wrestling fans loved Samantha and how she announced, and she was so good at it and such a natural, but she didn't love what she was doing. And sometimes that's just what it is. Like you're good at what you're doing, but you're not enjoying it behind the scenes. And there's certainly an argument to be made that that maybe that was the case with Chelsea, but that's not the case.
No.
She definitely has aspirations to be women's champion, and I don't see that not happening for her ever. I'm sure she will be. So it's nice to hear her saying that like she's living her best life right now. And so people saying that she's not used properly, or she would be so much better if she was back in TNA, blah blah blah. Well, she doesn't feel that way. So I think it's important to remember that, because she's happy with what she's doing. And I think it's obvious when you watch her performing, if it's just a backstage segment or she's doing, Chelsea's confessions, whatever, you can tell this girl is having the time of her life. And I think that's partially what makes her so good,
Look at what she's doing with Piper Niven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the duo is incredible.
They're so
And
good.
when it first started, everyone's like, "Oh, why they put these two together? They're so opposite. It will never work."
No.
They're like peanut butter and jelly. They're incredible.
But that also
the chemistry
allowed
they have.
That opportunity made it so that Piper could be more her natural self too. That's something that people aren't thinking about, because they were trying to put her out there as this like hardcore, European, like big, strong, dominant force,
Monster.
almost like Nia Jax, but the European version. And it's like, you get it, because she's built so differently than what WWE typically likes in a female wrestler. So it's easy to just go down that route, but it doesn't allow them to have a lot of personality. And that's something that we've said, like with Nia, like they're still going with like, she's going to squash you and she's dominant and she's this and that, but you're seeing so much more personality from her that makes her even like not necessarily a likable heel, but so much better than her first time around. And I think, they were trying to do the heelish thing, and they kind of do with Piper, but the fact that we're able to see like a sillier side to her, or a little bit more like who she really is, I think that makes it her and Chelsea, it's like they're doing so good because of that.